Hello, my name is Louise Carroll and I'm a board member of the International Federation of Hard of Hearing People, IFO. IFO is a federation of organisations and individuals committed to access and human rights for hard of hearing and deafened people worldwide. I'm passionate about the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, the CRPD, and how it can be applied on a global scale in support of people with hearing loss being able to live a life of dignity. IFO has delivered CRPD workshops for member organisations, and this video shows some of the human rights issues that the workshop participants are using the CRPD to address. We are on the move and using the CRPD to bring much needed positive change, and we ask you to join with us as we explore what is happening globally over the next couple of minutes.
Hi, I'm Daria from Slovenia. I had a progressive hearing loss, and some years before I became completely deaf. That was a very difficult experience for me, especially during the procedure before I got a cochlear implant, when my doctor was not able to understand that if you are a candidate for cochlear implant, you are almost deaf and you do not understand normal speaking. I believe that we need to educate the whole world what is hearing loss and what kind of troubles you can have because. And people need to know disability can happen to us during our lives. We are not untouchable.
Hi, my name is Akram. I am from Pakistan. I am deafened. Due to lack of captioning, I could not go to college for education. Pakistan has ratified UNCRPD, and I hope that Article 9, that is about accessibility, can ensure the access to education for hard of hearing and deafened people. Thank you.
2 days before Dad died, he said to me, Ida, they think I can hear. And he shook his head. Then he stopped using his hearing aids because sound was nothing but noise to him. As for the UNCRPD, Dad's civil rights for persons with disability were breached on the following 3 articles. Article 9 on accessibility, Article 17 protecting the integrity of the person, and Article 21 freedom of expression and opinion and access to information. Dad did not get the information about his situation.
Our organization Shruti has been trying to implement UNCRPD to promote, protect and ensure human rights to hard of hearing and deafened in Nepal. Some examples are, in the umbrella organization National Federation of Disabled Nepal, there was no representation of hard of hearing. Deaf were represented as hard of hearing, but now, first time in Nepal, Shruti stood in the election and elected as a hard of hearing representative in the executive member of NFDN. It means we fought for our participation and inclusion right, which is on the basic principle of Article number 3 of UNCRPD.
After seeing these messages, we can see that access to the right information is crucial, which is just one of the principles in the IFO's toolkit about the CRPD, which is applying to hearing loss. The general principles of the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities are respect for inherent dignity, individual autonomy including the freedom to make one's own choices, and independence of persons, non-discrimination, full and effective participation and inclusion in society, respect for difference and acceptance of persons with disabilities as part of human diversity and humanity, equality of opportunity, accessibility, equality between men and women, and respect for the evolving capacities of children with disabilities, and respect for the right of children with disabilities to preserve their identities. On a global scale, Article 9 of the CRPD underscores our right to accessibility. People who are hard of hearing support the use of rehabilitation equipment, such as cochlear implants and hearing aids. This is a very significant issue, with only 3% of people who can benefit from using such technology having access to it in developing countries, and only 14% have in more developed countries. Then we have issues of being able to access appropriate healthcare, Article 25. Unrecognised or unmanaged hearing loss with the related social marginalisation that often occurs can significantly contribute to health issues such as stress and heart disease. If our communication is not supported, we are at risk of poor social outcomes. But these risks can be addressed when governments consider our access and need for accommodations in regards to accessing education, Article 24, employment, Article 27, and justice, Article 13. Hearing loss weaves through every thread of a person's life, but the CRPD rebuilds the strength of these threads. By applying the CRPD, we can continue to work collectively on a global scale to make the world a better place for persons who are hard of hearing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to inform you that today in Uganda we have started humorous training about CRPD, that is Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. We say that when you look at your papers and your bulletin here, we are saying that human rights are needs or requirements that are essential for human beings to live a life with dignity.
It is my right to have equal opportunity between men and women.
It is my right to have equal opportunity in society. Discrimination.
No discrimination. Good. That's good. Yes.
It is my right not to be discriminated.
Yes.
It is my right to have freedom to make choices or decisions. It's my right to get education, shelter and medical care.
For more information about the CRPD and its application for hard of hearing persons, please go to the IFHOH website.